Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's your ghostified gamer. I kind of been like in a different world with getting pYscience2 finally up and running, and then debugging the base. You know, so many things pop up when you run the whole thing. It's just very difficult to plan. This up to this point has been okay, but it's starting to get a little tough. Yeah, because there's all these moving parts now, and the only thing that you could do is run it and just keep an eye on it, and see what fails and what doesn't. And I kind of like doing that stuff. There is on the mini loader mod portal, Factorio mod portal. So there are others who are having problems with the filtering. There is some kind of a file that someone they say, I think this might be it, but the mini loader mod has not been updated since last year, 2022. And I don't know if the mod, Factorio's, I consider Factorio kind of a dead game at this point. It's still people playing it, but it's not nearly as popular as it used to be. But yeah, somebody had mentioned, I did the split config, blah, 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 all this jazz here, right? So it's all set. And then somehow... if you update mods, I think that might be a problem too. They're trying to figure out, like, I don't know if I updated a mod. I don't know if this did it. I updated a mod. I don't know if this did it. Well, I know one thing is for sure. I have these two filters set, and I've actually seen this with, I'm not sure. Well, I think it's two things could happen. One is that this file, I think it's a dot something. You can go to the mini loader and go to mini loader mod portal, go to discussion, and you'll see, or you can search mini loader filters not working or something. I can't remember what I searched. And there is a file that I guess got overwritten or it gets reinitialized or something, and it removes this setting here. Now, the other thing that I found is if an ingredient runs out, and say, for example, I run out of microfiber, the case that's connected to it runs dry, the mini loader gets reset. I think that's what happens too. So I think there's two things going on, and I don't think anybody's picking that mod up to fix it or whatever, or figure it out and then fix it. But I think it's kind of poorly programmed. That particular feature was poorly programmed, and it needs to be fixed and figured out or troubleshot. Now, here's our next project here. I'm going to set this up off screen, but I wanted to go through it because we just unlocked this nightmare here. We have the new Tuuphras, and the reason I'm going to work on this, I want to knock out all these different things, and this is where the biolab / DNA lab here is going to get pretty nuts. And this is a prime example. Look at the ingredients on this. We have to bring in ash. I'm not sure about coarse faction, because that's something that, a lot of things are generated from that coarse faction. Hopefully we can unlock the iron rod to coarse faction, and then it's a done deal. In the meantime, though, let's just assume we don't get that right now, anytime soon. So we got ash, coarse faction, soil. Soil is not a problem. Ash not a problem, obviously. Coarse faction, I can probably do something like pull the coarse faction from where I'm making it right now with the Corlax milk and bring it over here by LTN train. Biomass not a problem. Fertilizer, we have the manure bacteria, and then the seeds and all that. So this isn't a big deal. It's just a lot. We're gonna use bots for this, obviously. Make it a little easier for us. I'm even considering bot barreling the manure bacteria. And, that way I don't have to pipe it around, and it makes the build a lot cleaner and easier to work with. All right, so that is the new Tuuphras recipe here. Now, we have to do this recipe here, where we need the coarse fraction, soil, manure. So again, manure is something we don't have on the network. I'm going to have to put that on the LTN network temporarily, at least to pull it over here. We'll see. I want to look at these other recipes here. Now we need the potato. So, we're obviously going to make it here. Carbon dioxide. Do I barrel that? Do I pipe it? I don't know. And also, I don't know if I need this for 100% of the time. Just to get this Tuuphra MK2. Once we get that Tuuphra MK2, enough of them, then we can run this. Now, we need only one Tuuphra MK2. And you notice that all these recipes change now. Now we need phosphoric acid, liquid manure, and lime. Okay, now we need lime. Biomass and fertilizer stay the same. So once we get that first initial Tuuphra, we don't need anything else. It looks like it's just 1 to 3 or 10. So we're growing that one MK2 Tuuphra to 3 to 10, and then it just spins up real fast, And that's why I'm going to, I don't even know if I need this. I'm just going to grab, I have a 50 here and 50 in here. And then I got the modules. So once we get that first MK2, the 0.5% thing, we're done. So I don't need to bring in the manure anymore, because right here, this doesn't require manure. So I'm just going to hand deliver this stuff here until we get this. So I'll work on that off screen, and we'll do that. So that's a project I'm going to work on. Now, what I wanted to do is run some research while I'm doing this. I want to be working on this. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we're still running. Stuff's running pretty crazy. So a couple things after the fact. Trains are still running like crazy. Gridlock, and gridlock. So I've got a gridlock issue. It's not terrible. I should have, I kept expanding with the 2-lane. Now 2020 hindsight, I'd love to convert this from here all the way down to 4-lane, but I can't. I have to move these two things here. And then I'd have to dismantle the batteries and rebuild it, which is not a problem. I'd like to basically move these over here if I could, kind of do a thing. But, I mean, how much work do I want to put into this? It's not terrible, but it is, the trains do get clogged up over here a little bit. I found another split lane over here. It shut down the manure bacteria, and then it shut down the Coralex milk production way the hell over here. And I found it, and in time. It was on the last leg of that last research that I had. So I fixed that. We weren't getting it, getting the manure bacteria over here. And then what I did is I stole potatoes from here. They're still running. And I put them over here. I'm glad I have that potato build over there. So I was able to spin this up fairly quick and get this Coralex milk back up and running. As you can see, it's kind of moving along. Yeah, look, this was 2 lanes, and now it's 1. Yeah, these things are bugged. So, yeah, don't use the split lane if you can avoid it. In fact, I'm going to come over here and switch this out with a filter and serve when I remember next time. But, yeah, it was weird. I have this set to 1 lane, and all of a sudden it starts working again. I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, so let's go ahead and run some research here. I actually had to make a cut last episode. I read this out and forgot to research it, and then I researched another one. So I'm glad I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even run that one. So this is the cadaveric arums. And as you can see, look at that. We got acid gas from these. So we'll get into this, though. Botanical garden. Oh, so this is a new greenhouse, and we can build it. And then we have this spin up here. Flower DNA, tropical tree DNA sample. I'm not sure if we have that unlocked yet, the tropical tree. I think we do. Notice how it's taking the good alien sample now. So the earlier alien plants and animals are, they take the automation science, then we go into logistic. I haven't seen something take pie science yet. But the good, it's the poor alien sample. But we have automation science. We have the poor alien sample, the logistics science. But I haven't seen a Pi Science 1 or 2, well, 1, used in any of these spin-ups here. So it's kind of interesting. So we got all that stuff. And that'll get us our, that gets us 2. Then we got the Codex, which I guess is just like a PCMCIA card, I think is what they're called back in the day, you know. So we got that. I'm not really, I guess this just stores data. It says a collection of adapted instructions. Okay, so I think that plugs into that lab, that machine, the creature chamber. You plug that in and it's information, you know, pretty cool stuff. I don't know what the lamp has to do with it, though. I mean, you would think circuit, glass, tin cable, yeah, but what the lamp? I guess because it's a plant. 4 cadaveric gives us 8 seeds. Then this is cool. The seeds gives us acid gas, and it's a 10-second craft, so, you know, it's not like, oh, wow, this is crazy, but it's a nice alternative to those damn machines that take forever. It take a billion oxygen. And then we got the actual seed recipe. It takes sand and stone wool. Oh, and coal gas. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Coal gas and acid gas, you know. So we'll start that research up. And then we got this weird stuff here. This is where it starts we really get into these crazy chemicals now and gases. So we got iron oxide, methane, and pressurized air gives us ethylene, and it kicks out water. So we have a regenerative thing here. But it looks like the water and the pressurized air. Oh, yeah, it kicks out water. You know, you probably just vent that. There's no reason. I really don't. I guess if that recipe is true to form, like, yeah, you're going to get water out of this. That's cool. But, you know, it's a game. Just eliminate it. Because, you know, you give me pie holes. So it's kind of pointless. Now I got to put a pie hole down if, you know, pipe that up. I don't know. Just seems like it's not necessary, but hey, whatever. So now we got these weird things. All right. Chloroethanol. Ethylene, chlorohydrin, ethylene, and water gives us this chloroethanol. And it's in a wet scrubber. Pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to getting into these crazy things. Ooh, and here we have silver plate. So this is ethylene, chlorohydrin, silver plate, chlorine, water, and ethylene. And then we get the ethylene chlorohydrin in a fluidized bed reactor. Ethylene glycol. Pure sand, slack lime. Here comes slack lime again. And then we get the chloroethanol and water. And it's in a scrubber. And then we have ethylene, Nextlet plate, BTX, and steam. We got that. We get the ethylene that way. Is this ethylene too? Ah, it's a different ethylene recipe. This is Nextlet and BTX, and that is iron oxide. So this could be a use for iron oxide, if anything. Nextlet plate, use for that. And then we have the yotoi alloy fruit, and that gives us ethylene in a bioreactor. And 10-second craft on that. So we have now another option. So let's go ahead and start that. And that's an ethylene there. Okay, now, wow. Okay, what do we got? Grad Swamp. And we have everything to make that. Man-made swamp used to grow specific watery species. Cool. Dried grad. We can dry it in an evaporator. Okay. Bedding. Ah, okay. This is going to be for creatures. Certain creatures coming up are going to need bedding. Wood, yoto leaves. Yotoi. Dried grad and raw fiber. Then we get the bedding. There it is. Used for animals to support their bodies when resting. Makes their lives more comfy. Okay, cool. And then here's the spin up. Oh, jute DNA. That's a new one. Grad Codex. Yeah, we got everything. Poor alien sample for that one. Here's the lamp, you know, again with this. And then we have jute DNA. Logistics science for that. Grad to grad seeds. Limestone soil urea. Grad seeds. Okay, pretty straightforward. Good. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, this requires hot air to get the dried grad, which we use. Oh, and this one is in an evaporator. Interesting. Grad 8 grad to 5 dried. 5 to 6. So it looks like this one is almost a 1-to-1. Oh no, this is better because we get it over, whereas this one has a loss. So I think that, you know, if you want to incorporate hot air, I think that would be the one to use right there. All right, cool. Let's start that research there. Useful fire rayon. Okay, cool. All right, now rayon. All right, carbonyl sulfide, coal, sulfur, and propene. And we got carbonyl sulfide. And then we have, obviously this is going to be used in our rayon here, urea fiber, sodium carbonate. There you go. There's the carbonyl sulfide, ammonia, and sulfuric acid. Wow, 150 of that. Yeah, that acid gas might be something we're going to need to do. Now, rayon is going to be something we're going to be using. You know that. Okay, now we have a starch recipe. And this is fiberboard, powdered Malaysia seeds, and sodium sulfate. So, you know, we just unlocked that now. We get 10 starch and 5 biomass out of that as a byproduct. And then we have this one, fiberboard, 100 guar beans and sodium sulfate, 10 and 5. Okay, so pick your poison. Whichever you have available, you know, start that research there. Phenol. Okay, now this is where we're going to get some crazy stuff going on. And I think this is a plastic or rubber. We can start going down a rubber path with this. But melamine, I think, well, maybe it's melamine, I don't know. Phenol, formaldehyde, 20 melamine. That's pretty good. And then we've got the phenol itself, which is the lignin now. DDC, sporopollenin. I think it's sporopollenin. Yeah. And boric acid gives us 6 phenol. And that's 5. Okay, a little better yield there. Okay, so those are it's probably going to be useful later. Ooh, EVA polymer, huh? Antimony processing. We're going to be doing some crazy stuff. I want to take a look real quick here and see if there's anything that we can do that's a little better, like that's going to help us. What I'm looking at here is going towards the red belt. And it'd be nice to have faster trains, but, you know, that's something I think we're going to take a long time to get to anyway. So let's kind of try to figure this out, this path. And so we do need to run the antimony processing to unlock this chain. We'll look at the red belt in a second. So we have lead acetate, lead plate, acetic acid, and hydrogen peroxide. And then we have... wow, Dalfroth, chromium, methanol, ethylene glycol. Okay. And then, oh, crushed antimony. We need lime and antimony grade 4 in a ball mill. Okay. Antimony dust. Crushed antimony. So we take that, and now we got antimony dust, and we got a grade 4 kick out, potentially. Lead acetate, antimony dust, and fish oil. And then we get pulp stage 1. Pulp stage 2 is the Dalfroth plus pressurized air. Oh, wow. Antimony, 58.3% concentrate. Holy crap. Plastic bar. The second grade antimony pulp and oxygen gives us 3 antimony oxide. And then this is 10. Antimony oxide with that concentrate. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat. All right, so, you know, that's an interesting one. So we'll pop that off. And that should have popped some more stuff. Well, maybe not. Yeah, so let's look at the red belt real quick so you guys can see this. It's called fast transport belt. There we go. Now, this is crazy. We have the iron niobium alloy. We don't have advanced small parts in stainless steel and lubricant. Red belt is, there's definitely a lot of complaints as to how late you lock it, but I kind of like the challenge, so call me crazy, but yeah, I like the idea of, I've been having fun doing everything in yellow belt, and I look forward to getting red belt, but you know, building a new base with all this, oh my god, it's going to be expensive. But anyway, yeah, so there you go. This is chromium. That's in addition to there. And then complex circuit board. You ain't gonna get no red belt splitter for a long time. Oh, and this is oh, what's this crap? 15. This is 2. What the heck is this? Oh, wow. Okay, so you add 15 yellow belt with 10 belts, or transport belts, 7 advanced part stainless steel. Well, that's kind of interesting. Well, that makes that a lot easier. You still need the stainless steel. Well, why wouldn't I do this one? You know, because you could skip basically the iron niobium and the lube. Well, that makes sense to do this one. Advanced small parts. Yeah. Well, obviously I'd do this one. Oh, maybe, you know what? Yeah, it's 2. Whoop. It's 2 transport belt to 2. 2 to 2. I guess if you don't have extra belt lying around, because when you tear things out, you know, and you're upgrading, you know, or you're tearing down, you're going to have a lot of yellow belt going forward, right? Because, man, I've made a lot. I suppose this is a nice little kind of gimme. I like that idea. Okay, cool. All right, let's get that out of there. All right, I'm going to work on this, and I'll show you the results once I get this all keyed up. And I think, like I said, what I'm going to do is this is the one that is going to be here all the time. So we can spin up the level 2s for now. And then we probably have to spin up the level. Well, I'll look at the level 3s if I remember, and we'll see what happens with that. Maybe the level 3s are kind of, once you get that first one, then you can dismantle the level 2 stuff and keep the level 3s up. Unlike the moss, where we have to have the level 2 all the time. All right, I'll let you know how it goes.
A few moments later.
All right, time to cut back in here. Oh, it's been all day since that last cut, folks. Yeah, someone on a Discord was talking about how they were actually giving up on pYanodons because it takes so long to get through the research and all that. I don't know what kind of base they had, but they're not wrong. And yeah, oh God, what is this now? Sometimes these, oh, I think sometimes LTN is waiting because I have a TSM and LTN stop here. And it takes it probably, yeah, it might have delivered some wood. And the LTN train was waiting to deliver the kerosene, so I get notifications. And then if you go into the LTN manager, it might show it here. It didn't show it this time, though. Kind of odd. I wonder why that's 1. Or -1. Well, all right, whatever. Good news. I hope I'm done finding those split lane things that I did. I found a bunch more. And yeah, one was here. See, it's working now, but it wasn't before. So I went ahead and just did a side load here on this belt. So what happened was the Vrauk food took the whole belt, and the water barrels couldn't get down. So I had to fix that. And then I had the Coralex food, which I want to get more organized where all the, like I got Vrauk food here. I got Coralex foods here, I'd like to get all the food in one spot. And that's going to be a challenge. Anyway, so yeah, this screwed up. Obviously, so I had to go with the, I could do filter inserters, but I'm just going to go with this because these are faster. And then this one, I didn't even notice it, but this one went too. This one's screwed up. So I had to do a dipsy-do because I have this smaller case here. So I fixed that. Then Over here, I had this one I forgot about. And these are just going to... I hope I'm done with these things. Oh, my God. So I had to fix this one. So the Vrauk stuff ran out. Then I noticed this, I think. Oh, yeah. Well, I noticed the Vrauks. Then I noticed this. I can't remember which, if I saw them separately. And then, oh, primers are out again. Why are primers having problems? Primers. They're over here. Okay, they're being made. And these are the 60% chancers. So it's kind of like you're throwing lab equipment in the garbage. Or you might as well. So yeah, these are kind of slow to recover. Because you have a 60% chance to get them. Now what? Why did it stop? Is it going? This is there. Looks like it's stopped. Oh, it's the mushrooms. So these aren't supposed to be running all the time. But the problem is that I need the mushrooms running all the time. Because of the failure rate on that. So I might have to go over and punch some more of those down. Yeah, after I get done here, I'll have to run over there. Okay, anyway, lots of stuff. And that... The Coralex milk was messing up, and I'm like, why is the Coralex milk messing up now? That's because the food wasn't getting there. I got super lucky, and I didn't have to set up any automation. I kind of hand fed this thing for a little bit just to see, let me see if I could get that one, and boom, I got the first one within an hour. And it was only a couple times I had to run around and manually collect the materials to get the first Tuuphra level 2. I have... Oh, I'm gonna be designing a fluid drop-off. I have a temporary thing right here, right now, because we're gonna work on something here. In fact, let me bring this train here. So I'm gonna bring a hydrogen train over here. There it is. And I'm gonna go with 1,000. That'll just trigger the train, and then it'll bring a... It's going to bring a full load, but that's okay. And it should bring it, I'm hoping. Oh, I don't have it connected to here. Okay, now, what I have to remember to do is I have to cut this off right away. Because then, once the train comes here, it's going to deliver again. Because I don't have this hooked up. This tank here isn't hooked up. So, the next project we're going to run... I'm going to run... is the getting the Fawogae MK2. And the reason for that... and this one is just a spin-up to get the first couple. And then... So let's take a look at this real quick here. Alright, so crafting. Now, I think this is the spin-up. Yeah, so we need to get that % chance to get the first one, you know, or whatever. I had to look and see. And we need... I got soil being botted up, and I have all these things here now. Now, the next phase of this is... all we need is biomass, and we need spores. And then we have... It's a 10 to 2 with a chance to get a third. And so I have to look at this in a little more detail because it's the spore one here. It's oh yeah, see, it's 1 to 5. So we get the 2 go back and forth. 2 goes to 10, 10 goes to 2. But then we have that % chance to get that an extra MK2. And then we do, then this recipe, yeah, this recipe will maintain itself, and it'll build up the Fawogaes, you know, to whatever amount we set the case to. So that's what we're looking to do. Ooh, there we go. Okay, wait a minute. Where's my fert? Why are you not putting... Oh, it's having trouble with the soil. MK2 fertilizer. Why are you spending so much time on... Oh, there it goes, finally. There we go. Now we've got that. Now what I would do... I'm going to leave that here, actually. I'm going to leave that here. There should be plenty of hydrogen. But you never know, right? Okay, now... Okay, this one is almost done. Okay, good. I had temporarily brought this in here. So, what I'm planning on doing is a fluid gas loaders, because every one of these plants is going to need something different. Like this one here, I have to bring in liquid manure and the phosphoric acid. And I don't have those on counters, so I have to run this when the base is shut down because I don't want to take away from the aluminium processing. So I'm going to work on that afterwards, you know, after I get the base squared away, you know. All right. Now, I need to work on... Okay, so if we look at this next project, the Malaysia MK2 needs Fawogae MK2s in order to get this process running. And the spores kick out. Now, we can't run this. Let's go ahead here. And so we have to run this one here. Oh, we can run this one. But this is the 0.5% chance, right? This one here is you have these things now, and you can generate them quicker now. You know, so it's 4 Malaysia MK2s to 3, potentially 4 or 5 of the Malaysia MK2s. And look at that, it's a flue gas chewer, you know, eater, consumer. So I have to bring in flue gas for this one. But once we get this initial, this one here isn't, you know, you don't want to run this one because it's not consistent, you know, and that's, we'll set this one up next time. But this is the temporary setup here in order to get that MK2 dealio. And there it goes. Okay. And inserter's struggling. That's fine. So that's the recipe for it. And there it is. 0.5%. So I'm going to let this run. And hopefully I think I'm going to need 2. Let's see. FAW. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 to get the MK2 spores. Now, the spores are, the mushrooms go into here. So you reset this one to a different recipe, and then you get the MK2 spores with the MK2 Fawogae. So you do need 2 to start this process. And then you start to update, and you get up, then I'm going to update this with the MK2s. Now, I don't want to go scale this up too big. I don't really need to, and I'm trying to save space because, you know, you do have an infinite map, but you don't really have infinite computing power because, you know, if you go F5, F4, show FPS, you don't have unlimited computing power, you know, so you gotta be careful of that. Okay. Oops. There we go. Oh, that was F4. So I'm gonna work on the Fawogae. As soon as I get the MK2s, I'll switch this over, and hopefully the hydrogen keeps up. All right, now research. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go over here. The train traffic hasn't been too bad. It does get snarled up every so often, but I'm okay with it. It hasn't caused any interruptions. I went ahead and ripped out the syngas here because it was just struggling, and there's no reason to keep it, and I was afraid that the coal gas wasn't going to be available for the, you know, mining ops that we have. At least the one, you know, the aluminium mining. Coke is a problem, I'm noticing. As you can see, all this residual coke that we have is just sitting here empty. And so the coke process has been mainly relying on these. Luckily I did this. it's okay now, but it did pop up as a an issue. So I'm gonna be looking. We have a recipe with the coking gas, which we haven't gotten into yet, but I think that's gonna be something we're gonna have to do for a consistent coke generation, and then we have to get off of the raw coal to coke to raw coal to coke process. There's a much better ones that are using I think it's using the crude oil, but we'll have to get into it. It's a big, huge chain of stuff. So note to self, we're gonna have to do that. Well, it done screwed up. Oh my gosh. I thought that I had a lot of ash buildup here, and the bots weren't grabbing from the passive provider, they're grabbing from storage, and usually storage is a higher priority than the passive provider. And so I'm like, well, all right, let me turn off the ash from here because it seems like there's enough ash to run this thing. Nope, there's not. There is not. So that's why my bees stopped running, because the empty combs here were ceased to be produced. And now what I got over here is a filter inserter on a active provider to force the bots to grab this ash and put it into that case. Okay, there we go. Hey, Vraux, how are you? Your life is going to be short-lived. Okay, now that is fixed. It's always something. You make one little change and you mess up your mindset gets like off. You're like, oh yeah, this will be fine. No, the whole base, like one little thing just completely sets the whole base into a shutdown scenario, which makes Factorio really fun. When you get everything hammered out, oh my god, it is so much fun. All right, that's gonna take a while to spin up there, so I'll show you this before the base does shut down. Look at that. Holy cow. This is when I stopped running research, and I think that was, oh, what happened? Oh, I had that petri dish problem, which was the quartz and something. Yeah, petri dish shut down. Yeah, I can't remember now. That was yesterday. Speaking of quartz, I had to add capacity to that. Where is that? There it is. I went with an 8-train stacker here, and I added all these miners. I basically am mining the whole thing now, because as you add more, we're adding more glassware stuff, petri dishes, incubated petri dishes, all this glassware, blah blah blah. I had to max this patch out, and as you can see, 3 trains are out. One is loading right now. Here comes that one. Okay. I'm hoping that'll recover. I'm hoping the venom will recover enough, because at this point, I got 135 there, offering 50, so I've got 2 more trips on that. And then, so now that primer one should be, should be able to catch up. Where is that primer one there? Here it is. I'm not too confident here. Yeah, these mushrooms are definitely a problem. Yeah, I'll have to come over here and add some stuff to that. But you know what? If things shut down, that's fine. I'll delete the research. I'll write down what I had queued up and all that. So let's assume everything will be fine and run some new research, because I want to keep this going. And we're at 84%. Okay, cool. All right, let's oh yeah, over here. Okay. Ooh, what's this one here? Oh, energy drink. Oh, this is, look at that. It's got a little gas pump on there. Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. Tree seeds, Reina, Grad, Guar, seed extract, and then we got concentrated seed syrup. The seed extract. Oh, here's the sugar. Yeah, this is where the sugar comes in, and then 1,000 water, and then it gets condensed in a scrubber to 50 seed syrup. And then we have the energy drink. Oh, it's an aluminum can. That's funny. water, concentrated sea syrup, and carbon dioxide. And then we get, oh yeah, you got to have the bubbles. Yeah, that is awesome. They added all that. Now, this is not only for Ablasia Og. I wonder, oh yeah, baby, bring it on. I wonder if this is for power or no, it says tired Og in it, but I don't know if I'm going to use the Ogs are kind of to me. But we'll run it and get it out of the way. Oh, wait. You know what? No, get rid of that. I wanted to focus on this. And we have... Oh, I have to wait till this unlocks. Because it won't let me. Ah, crap. Okay, whatever. Well, let's take a look at nylon first. So this is kind of interesting. We have blood meal, which is fiberboard and blood. I guess it goes into a case. The fiberboard seems to be like a cardboard box, you know? I think that's what they're calling fiberboard. Because, yeah, cardboard box is like fiber. Then we have nylon, which uses chromium, phenol, blood meal, carbon dioxide, and steam. And we get the nylon. Okay. And then, nylon parts. Nichrome, benzene, ammonia, and chlorine make the nylon there too. Okay, so we have 2 recipes. Nice. 5 and 6. So eventually we're gonna have to outpost the chromium and then nichrome, and the nickel build is gonna be used for a lot more now. And then nylon parts is just nylon. Okay, cool. So whatever recipe we choose here, I could see this being an all-in-one thing. We'll have to take a look. We'll start that research. Ooh, we got some more stuff there. I'm interested in these Vrauks. This is the level 3. And here is quality Vrauk food with a million things. What the heck? Okay, now this is where belting this seems to be silly. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's say 14 items and 2 fluids. You know, pipe inputs. That is ridiculous. Look at all this stuff. And, you know, you have to have a casein build, a guts build. I mean, obviously we're training some of this stuff in. But the agar, you know, you train in seaweed and, you know, wood. You need a Ralasia build, Tuuphra build, grog build, bring in moss, fiberboard. You might as well do that off-site now. Starch is an off-site thing because there's a lot involved in that. Fish oil we have. So, wow. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Now, here's where we use the bedding. And we use... Oh, come on. Why do we need Vrauk food and quality? Why can't it just be replaced? Come on. That doesn't make sense. Whatever. All right. 30 Vrauk cocoons, 20 sap, and we get 8 Vrauks out of that. Now we have 12 to 8 Vrauk cocoons from this, and, you know, same fare. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything different. We give them bedding now. And here is the Vrauk 3, level 3. Good alien sample. Now, you know, once you spin these up, you have enough, you're done. Then you can kind of maintain it. It's not like this is production. Okay, so that Vrauk cocoon, that's this one here. Sea sponge, Vrauk food. Okay. Oh, let's take a look. Let's see, what is this? I think this is the one we have to run in order to get that initial Vrauk MK3, 0.4%. So this one would be running and running and running. The problem though, we do need the Vrauk cocoon MK2 from that. Oh, wait a minute now. Well, how do you need the cocoon to get the Vrauk? Wait a minute. What am I missing here? Bedding, blah, blah, blah. See, it takes 2 Vrauk MK2s to get the cocoon. And then it's a oh, you're kidding me. It's a 99% return. Chances are you're going to get them back. This one here, you need the cocoons. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it's a level 2 Vrauk cocoon. Okay, so we need a Vrauk And then it gets us the MK3 Vrauk. Okay. Vrauk, I missed that part. All right. So Vrauk MK2s are the MK2 Vrauk Cocoon gets you the Vrauk 3 potentially. And then it should be, once you have 2, oh, but yeah, you have to leave this up and running. You have to leave just in case. Well, it might be a, I would say that you're going to get a build-up, and if you have a loss, that's okay, because it'll recover, I think. And then there's the Vrauk MK3. And that is 1 Cocoon, 1 Vrauk, and you get this. Yeah, okay, so we're fine, because it is a spin-up. Once you get the 3s, and once you get that one process up and running, and then you get this up and running, then you're off to the races. Okay, so that's good. All right, we'll run that. Look, now notice the cost is $750. Oh, that's $900. Ooh, $750. Epoxy. What is that? By bisphenol A, BPA. Oh, wow. Phenol, acetone, hydrogen chloride. Okay. And then we have... Oh, I remember this ECH from... I think it was from Angels. I think they had this. Epichlorohydrin. Oleochemicals. Oh, we had to make oleochemicals. Glycerol and hydrogen chloride. So we get ECH. Wow. It's getting crazy stuff here. What's that? Resorcinol. Melamine resin, sodium hydroxide. Epoxy. Then we get the bisphenol A, BPA. Iron plate. I guess it goes in an iron container. Sodium hydroxide and the ECH. Then we get epoxy out of that. And then here's an acetone recipe. Chromite, sand, copper, propene, pressurized air. Acetone. Wet scrubber. Okay, we'll run it. And then, let's see. We'll run this one. Well, wait a minute. What's, oh, this, ooh, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I'm trying to pick things that are quick to go through. Fish. Oh, let's take a look at this one here. Oh my God, what is this? PPT? What is this stuff? Phenyldiamine. Phenylandiamine. Ammonia, nitrobenzene, and chloride. Ah, it makes Kevlar. And then we use that PPD nylon. Terrapatholoy chloride, TCI. I think that, yeah. Or TCl. An organic solvent, Kevlar. And then we have, oh my God. Terrapatholoyal chloride, TCI recipe. Oh, this is the recipe for it. Cobalt extract, and then we got the Yotoi aloe fruit, aromatics, liquid nitrogen, manure bacteria. Holy moly. This is we're getting crazy stuff here. Oh, now we got this one. Aramid fiber. Oh, well, now we got molybdenum plate, aluminum plate, titanium plate, sodium hydroxide, and then that TCl or whatever, sulfuric acid. And then nanomaterial factory. Ooh, a new thing. We have all the things. Yeah. Oh, wow. There's nothing on there. Nanomaterial factory. Lead container. Iron niobium alloy, lead antimony alloy, and aramid fiber. Holy cripes. Wow. Okay, new machine. Ooh, what's this? Fine electronics. Might as well run these, you know. I'm tempted to... Well, I'm queuing all this... Yeah, I might as well just let it run. Now we're getting into the crazy stuff here. It was with the electronic stuff. So we've got glass core, sulfur, silver, and molten glass. Interesting. And then we've got cladding. Glass, niobium complex, and nitrobenzene. And then we have copper coating and Kevlar. Kevlar coating. Oh, wow. Okay. Iron niobium coating. Holy crepes, man. Cladding core. Cladding glass core aramid fiber. Now reflexive. Is that strong coating for the fiber? Kevlar coating for optical fiber. Oh, okay. IOF cover for optical fiber. Main part of an optical fiber. Holy cow. Oh, here. Yeah, we're working towards this. Okay. Copper coating. More endurance for the fiber. Okay. Cladding core, copper, and organic solvent. And then we have iron niobium coating. Photophore. Ooh. Okay, that's from that creature. Plastic bar. And then we get optical fiber. High-speed data travel. And then 2 glass cores. Oh, okay. So we have this one. And this one. Sulfur, silver plate. So if we add heat, we get 2. Yeah, so you might as well add the heat. You know. All right. Holy cow. We're getting into some crazy stuff, folks. Ooh. All right. So I wanted to run that. I'll let you guys know if this recovers. That's back up and running. Yeah, the venom is out. 135. I can only hope that by the time I have this triggering on 50 here, and I have. Oh, it is waiting. What are you waiting on? Wait a minute. Uh-oh. What? I hope... Wait a minute. Good alien sample. Gosh darn it. What happened now? Did this get down? Yeah, this thing here. Even though I fixed this... Okay, I gotta run over there. I fixed that, but I didn't see that there was still crap on that belt. Okay, I gotta run over there. That might be helping me, actually. So that... let me go here. Let's see. I'll just kind of... Oh, what's this? Oh, wow. Oh, we got 2 trains. All right, let me go here. Okay, I'm going to fix this. And then I'll cut back in with a new project. I'm probably going to... Once I get the Fawogaes, we'll set that up. The level 2, we'll set that up. All right. Well, this episode is running a little long here. Checked it in the editor. So I got to close it out real quick here. Been stockpiling mushroom MK2s, baby. I got lucky again and got an MK2 mushroom within less than an hour or so. I don't remember because it was like yesterday. So yeah, this recording is like 3 cuts, 3 days. Literally, that's how long this has been taking, especially the research here. Speaking of which, I had to cut the research off, and I'll let you know why. So, 10 hour. It's been going for this long. If I go to the 50-hour mark, this is all the research that I did. This is PyScience 2. And we're at, whatever this length of time is here. I think you could go down here and kind of estimate, 25 to 15. That's 10 hours? That can't be right. And that's 35 and 28, 7. And that's 7.5. So do the math on that, and you'll see how long all that research that we queued up in this episode. I think we had the little test blip here. I ran it and found some things, and then, or it was the buffering. I don't know. It was bot speed, and then I did a little test. And so this is what we're looking at here. And it's been running. I did a few adjustments to the rail here. And don't mind the spaghetti. I had to try something. So I brought in an extra input here. And so I've got 1, 2, 3 inputs. I put this rail in here. I did an input-output lane thing here. And it's relieved all the pressure off of this area. I still have gridlock in the little areas here, but it's been pretty good. I've also adjusted some of the, every so often I'll see something to adjust, whether it be LTN thresholds or something. I try to, I'm trying to do that. And then I had a big problem down here at the fuel area right here, fuel stop. I had an issue where the trains are running so hard now that this isn't cutting it anymore. So I'm going to have a dedicated fuel stop where it's just fueling only. And I was considering kerosene and or gasoline for the trains with the canisters. I'd like to try it, but I'd have to do something different. And I don't know if I don't know if I want to rely on that system, but it seems to be pretty stable. As you can see, look, a train just popped in here, and I have, now less than 1,000. So what I had to do, I had to take that combinator wire off, because a train would be sitting here, and the stop would deactivate, and the train, all it takes is that, and I forgot about this, the behavior, I think with the train is, if this stop, it's already pathed to this, even though there's another one, that little deactivation of the stop here, even though this one is activated, I think there's a little bit, just enough delay to no path the train, and it skipped the fuel stop, and I had trains, I had to run all over the map. I had maybe 10 to 15 trains, or maybe more. Maybe it was 20 trains. I had to go and fuel them up manually. So I was running around, and I had to delete all the research and restart it up. But we have 98% on that. So what I want to do, I want to get away from that. I want to pause it here, and once I'm going to key up another episode, and we're going to run. I want to get a research queued up right away, because everything is running beautifully, and I want to keep that going. And I'll go over some tweaks and things that I've done. But I want to work on the Relasias, MK2 Relasias too. So I'm going to pause this because it's at 98%. So I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed all the crazy research we're running. This is getting crazy. Oh, one more thing I wanted to cover. I am fixing rail over here. I'm trying to get it standardized lengths here. I'm not sure. I have to measure this out yet, but I have to put a radar in here and get some measurements, because I want to make sure that I could fit this yard here, but we're going to have a 4-lane input-output, and I want to do it where I have a little top, like the side, 2 sides, and a top and bottom. So this thing here will connect to the rail up here. It'll have a middle, and I want to go across, and then I want to have a lower as well. So I'll work on that later, but not right now. Just that I'm playing with this as I go. Okay, let me pause that, 98%. All right, I'll key up another episode back to back here, and I'll see you. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, actually.